Hello everybody, today we are here to present an advanced level Primavera P6 training video. This training video will definitely help you to prepare extensive schedules. First of all, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the P6. P6 is a worldwide renowned tool used for the multi-project planning, monitoring and forecasting. It enables the organization to store and manage its projects in a central location. It supports work breakdown structure, organizational breakdown structure, user-defined fields, codes, critical path method, and resource labeling. Currently, 18.8 version is being used in the world. I am going to start from the scratch so that you will be able to understand each and every step in preparation of good and extensive schedules. So here I will tell you how to log in. So you can go to the start menu and find the P6 folder. Here you can see the P6 icon. The other way is to go to the taskbar and see the P6 icon. Simply click on that and you will find this window. Here you will have to enter the password. The password should be memorized and it should be the same which you have saved in the configuration of the P6. So after entering the password, a window will appear. Here I will give you a brief introduction about its interface so that you can have a bit understanding about before proceeding further. So here on the left side you can see the directory bar. On the top this is the activity toolbar, and this one is the activity table. Here you can see all the details about the activities, and on the right side you can see the graphical representation on the time scale. This is called bar chart, and at the bottom you can see the activity details. This one is the status bar, and on the right side this one is called command bar. I will tell you how to open the existing projects. So there are two options. Just click on the project, any project you want to open, then right click, then open the project. That project is open. Another way is to open the project is go to the file menu and then open. A list of all the projects residing under the EPS is available. Whatever you want to open the project, just simply click, and on the right side there is a button of open. Just click that one and you can see that the project is open. And if you want to close the project, so simply go to the file menu and close all the projects will be closed. Now coming to the main thing, before the creation of the schedules you have to do some data configuration. That configuration can be done by going into the admin, and after that you have to go to admin preferences. Here you have to go to the time periods. Here you have to specify the number of working hours for each time period depending upon the organization standard policy and norm. For example, in your organization you are working as a 10 hours per day, 60 hours per week, and 260 hours per month, and 3120 hours per year. And if you check this button, then you have an option to give the rights to the user. He can change the working hours as per project requirements. For example, some of the project has working hours 12 hours per day or 8 hours per day. So here is an option that the user can change the hours as per his requirement. So it is very important to align the working hours in the admin preferences, in the user preferences, or in the calendars. Otherwise there will be a conflict in calculation of the working days. If you are using the standalone setup of Primavera, you have to manage these settings. Otherwise, an IT administrator will be managing this one. Now going to the general tab, you can change the first day of the week from here. If in your organization the starting day of the week is Saturday, you can change from here. The default duration here, it is mentioned as 1 day. Whatever it is mentioned here, no need to change from here, because you have to define the duration of the activities as per the resource requirement. Then going to the data limits. The data limits, the showing the different levels. For example, you have EPS or WBS that can be defined up to 10 levels, but if you want to increase, if you feel that your project is very detailed one and you can have a more levels, then you can increase the levels by using these arrow buttons. Same is for other areas like OBS, resource, role. Now going to ID length tab. Here you can see that you have to specify the number of characters to allow for IDs fields to at each tree level. Project ID maximum characters are showing 20. Every project name has a project ID. If you feel that your project ID is more than 20 characters, then you can change from these arrow buttons. Same is the case for the WBS resource IDs, activity IDs, host account IDs, and road ID. Okay, but I don't think so that these are less as per the requirement. Close it. Now going to the edit and user preferences. Click on the time units tab. You have to define the unit of time. Here there is a list of unit as hour, day, week, month or year, but normally we use defined unit of time as an hour. And if you want to increase show the decimal places up to 2, just simply click either 1 or 2. You can see here your hours can be defined as up to 2 levels, 2 decimal places. If you want to show the unit label of hour, you can simply click on show unit label. Then you can see here a symbol of age. Now coming to the duration format. Unit of time can be defined as hour, day, week, month or year, but normally in our construction projects the unit of time is taken as duration day. And then if you want to increase the decimal places from 1 to 2, you can click here, but normally our days are rounded off as a 0, so no need to change it. If you want to show the duration label here, you can simply click here and you can see the effect showing here. It will represent as a D. Now coming to the dates tab. There is a date format option. Whatever you want to adopt, change from here. Then there is an option, if you want to change the year from 2 digit to 4 digit, then you can click this one and you can see the effect below. So if you want 2 digit year, then simply uncheck. Then there is an option of time. You can use the 12 hours option or 24 hours option, and if you don't want to show the time, simply click on do not show time. Then coming to the currency tab, here is a list of currency defined in the database. So if you want to change the currency as per the requirement, you can simply click on the currency and select the button. It will be changed. If you want to show the currency symbol, simply check this button. If you don't want, uncheck. If you want to show the decimal digits, then simply click or unclick. Then coming to the assistance, would you like to use the wizards when adding new activities or resources? I will prefer that don't use this option. Normally when you check this option, when you define the activity, there will be a wizard open for you. You have to give the details step by step, and normally it takes too much time to uh, define the activity. So it is better to not to use this option. So I am going to uncheck this one. Now going to password tab. Here you can change your password according to your requirement. Then close it. Now we're going to define the organizational breakdown structure. Simply we will go to the enterprise, and here we will go OBS. Now we are going to define the OBS as per the requirement of any company. For example, we are using a company name XCPM, or any company XYZ, whose the main top person is the MD or CEO. So we will define here like MD CPM. This is the top hierarchy of the any company, and in this company, for example, they are doing three different businesses like manufacturing, plant construction, and building construction. So their GMs are responsible for their business sector. So we will add these three OBS structure under the organization breakdown structure of MD. You can type GM manufacturing, then you will write GM plant construction, and then again press add button, GM building construction. Now for example, we want to subdivide this building construction section into further hierarchy. uh, if there is a PM under the GM, so we will simply use this navigation button to the right side, and I will write here PM building construction projects. Now under the PM, for example, there are different managers like engineering manager, procurement manager, or construction manager. I will define like this. Now under the construction manager, you can have the different type of construction managers, like civil discipline, civil manager. You can define the construction manager OBS into different disciplines, CMs, construction manager. Simply clicking add button and using these navigation keys, you can define these OBS. Now I have defined the OBS according to the organization's requirement. I have used this add button for adding a new OBS, and use this delete button for deleting any OBS if you have defined wrong. You can also copy paste. These navigation keys are used to move the OBS upward, downward, right and left. The important thing is that if you want to add some description about any OBS, you can simply click on modify, and you can write here any detail that he will be serving on this project from this month to this month. You can simply write here, then click OK. It will be automatically saved. If you want to see the chart view, just simply click on this window and uh, click on the chart view. You can view this organization breakdown structure in this way. So you can simply do zoom in, zoom out according to your requirement. You can see your organization breakdown structure in this way as well. So you can also change this chart was doing right click on the chart, and then go to the chart box template. Here you can customize according to your requirement. Here you can add button. If you want to add description of OBS, you can add here. If you want to increase the height of this division, and you can do accordingly. Here you can see the effect which we have done here. So as per requirement, you can do the add additions in this chart as well. Then one more thing is one important thing to tell is that OBS can be created up to 25 levels. Maximum character length for an OBS element is 100, and there can be only one root OBS. I have shown you that there is only one root, so we can divide our organization breakdown structure under this heading. Now I will tell you how to define the enterprise project structure. Enterprise structure is abbreviated as EPS. Enterprise structure is hierarchical based structure that represents how the projects are organized. The EPS consists of roots and nodes. All projects must reside within an EPS node. So we will define the EPS by simply going into the enterprise and then enterprise project structure. Here it will show all existing enterprise project structure. We have to modify this one, so we will simply define the company name CPM construction project management consultants. For example, this is the name of company, and this company has three different business sectors. I have already defined the OBS as according to this business sector division. You can ask that why we have defined the OBS first, because you can see the below there is a responsible manager option. So you have to define, you can define the responsibility to each enterprise project structure. So we will this is the same procedure for adding the enterprise structure as OBS. Just simply click add button, and you can add according to the requirement of the company. For example, we have the manufacturing plant projects. Then we have plant construction projects. You can see on the left side, because it's the you can see the effects are being shown on the left side, because the projects tab is open. Whatever we are making changes, it is showing on the left side as well. The important thing I tell you that EPS can be created up to 50 levels. Maximum character length for EPS ID is 20, and the maximum EPS description length is 100. Use these navigation keys to move left, right, up and down. All the projects are added under the respective EPS. You can change the responsible manager according to the business division. At the top, CPM consultant, you have to assign the responsible manager. All the OBS defined will show in this list. So I am assigning MD CPM on the top level, and then after clicking on the then I will click on the manufacturing plant projects. I will assign GM manufacturing. You can simply double click or after clicking on this GM manufacturing, you use this green plus button. It will assign. Sorry, I will go again there. Now I will change on construction, building construction projects as a GM building construction. So in this way we can define the enterprise project structure according to our requirement. So you can also add the responsible manager here on the right side. So you can simply do that, right click and go to the columns, and then go to the responsible manager. Here you can see all the assigned responsible managers here.